All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. You're gonna keep it clean, touch gloves, and let's do it.
Jan Blachowicz Jr. was welcomed into the world December 15th. His dad has got a big one in front of him tonight. And of course, Israel Adesanya trying to join Daniel Cormier and a few others in that exclusive fraternity slash sorority, I guess, of simultaneous two-division UFC champions. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Adesanya is in the white with gold trim. Jan Blachowicz is in the black and gold.
Israel was much more measured today. To the walk to the octagon, the music, even during the introduction. All business right now.
Both men seemed eerily calm.
Yeah, it's weird. It's got my heart beating even faster.
Blachowicz, the last two times we have sat down with him, he is just dripping with confidence. Understands the dangers and challenges in front of him tonight as Blachowicz lands to that lead leg of Adesanya.
Well, for him, it's all just about closing the distance and landing a bomb. And for Stylebender, it's all about technique and setup and just establishing dominance.
Izzy's a great counter striker, so you got to be very careful when you enter into range, right? You cannot throw caution to the wind because you'll run into something.
We'll see if Blachowicz tries to wrestle at all tonight.
The only person we saw wade into danger and live to talk about it was Kelvin Gastelum. Nobody else has been able to do it effectively.
Adesanya able to avoid that early left from Blachowicz.
Adesanya has a ton of respect for Blachowicz' awkward style of striking. That's part of the reason he was up to this challenge. I asked him, did you go up because Jan's the champion? He goes, no, I would have did it anyway. You know, and Jan is still out here fighting for respect whenever he's just flatlined just about everybody he fights lately.
Adesanya putting a 20-0 mixed martial arts record on the line tonight after 75 pro kickboxing wins.
And the small octagon, as you said, Joe, plays to Blachowicz' favor, being that he doesn't have to chase and give Adesanya as much space to operate in. But we saw that Izzy has the ability to stand and trade if he needs to. He's very tough, on top of so many other things.
And the problem is, once he stings you a few times and you feel those feints and you realize you can't hit him clean, you start getting a little bit hesitant.
Yep.
And you see that in fighters, and you saw that clearly in Paulo Costa.
Oh, man, that was bad. And let me tell you something, man. We're on Paulo Costa pretty bad, but that dude's a savage.
He is a savage.
Still is.
We're not on him bad.
No, I'm saying I have been on him pretty bad. You know, some of the excuses. I'm trying to apologize to him best I can. Yes, I'm trying to apologize as best I can, you know. But he's a beast.
You know, for him, it's a tough pill to swallow when a guy just dismantles you like Izzy did.
And Izzy sure did dismantle him, man. That was his greatest performance to date. And partly because of how good Costa is.
Yes. Blachowicz is a different kind of fighter. He's not a volume guy. He's one nuclear bomb at a time. That's the danger of him. Costa will hit you a few times before he puts you away. He swarms guys and takes them out.
And I think that's where Jan has made a lot of his improvements, right? He's not rushing. He takes his time. He understands that he doesn't have to throw a whole bunch in order to get you. He's got to just find a spot, set traps, stay in the fight until it's time to explode into you.
Adesanya said he expected Blachowicz to grapple early. That has not happened as yet. Adesanya, though, was complimentary of Blachowicz in terms of his striking style. Says he sort of created his own awkward style on the feet, and obviously he's parlayed that into a UFC light heavyweight title.
He's biting into all these feints, though.
He is.
He's having a real problem with that because Izzy's showing him all kinds of stuff. And when that happens, it's messing with his timing. It's messing with his confidence. Make no mistake about it, he can still take any man out with one shot. But it becomes less likely the more he buys into Izzy's game. And right now he's fighting the perfect fight for Stylebender. His perfect Stylebender's perfect fight. Fighting on the outside and making it a technical kickboxing match.
I mean, even if I'm Jan Blachowicz, I might just try to get to the clinch and start to weigh on Adesanya. He was smaller at the weigh-ins. You got to think Blachowicz weighs over 220 tonight. Izzy will still weigh what he weighed at the weigh-ins because that's his natural weight.
But what's interesting, though, is the speed advantage. It's really clear. And that's one thing that Izzy thought about gaining weight. He didn't want to lose any speed, and he didn't want to lose any endurance. He didn't want his body to feel different.
Nice.
Yeah. To see if you're leaving or you can draw something out.
It's just fainting. Like,
You draw something out.
But you can stop them from knowing when they're coming forward by just picking up your feint a little bit more.
Okay.
Then you won't know when they're coming. He doesn't know you're coming for the first place,
Yeah. Okay.
To show the different looks to get him to take his attention somewhere else and then go to where you want to go.
Okay.
Przymierzaj się powoli, żeby go wyjechać.
You should try to start taking over now.
Wodę musisz wziąć. Dobra, dawaj, mam.
Go, guys.
Let's go, come on.
Gotta love Eugene Behrman. He doesn't even want us hearing what he has to say, but it looks like they want some versatility in terms of the strike locations to set something up. Round 2.
Let's fight.
Significant strikes in round 1 if you care unofficially. Blachowicz 16, Adesanya 10.
Blachowicz is doing a good job of checking these kicks.
Touched him with that right hand, but he needs more than that.
Blachowicz is doing a great job of checking, Joe.
Yeah, he checked that
I
one
haven't
nicely.
seen many of those inside kicks land for Stylebender.
Counter left for Blachowicz.
The thing is, Blachowicz is not planted when he's throwing these shots because he's eating all these feints.
Yep. Oh,
Look at that.
that one landed by Adesanya.
Yeah. Oh, that's when it's a problem. That's when it's a problem, when he stands in front of Blachowicz.
That right hand of Blachowicz starting to become a factor.
And that jab, that was a nice jab.
And now that he's landed a couple jabs, he's throwing that outside leg kick.
Nice jab to the body, smart move. Ooh, looking for that question mark kick off the front leg.
Yeah, he's gone to that a couple times. Good head movement from Blachowicz. DC, surprised at all that we haven't seen Blachowicz try to wrestle, grapple, clinch at all?
Yeah, you know, I thought he might initiate some clinches, but, you know, Blachowicz needs to push a little bit because as we saw with Izzy versus Yoel Romero, he'll fight like this, right? He'll just pick him apart from the outside and not do much and win a victory, but it's a close first round, and obviously the second round started close again, but Izzy can fight this tit-for-tat style all night.
Yeah, and not even get a little tired.
And he has done this with those big power strikers, like I said with Romero.
Oh, there's the clinch. That's what he needs. He needs more of that.
Wearing on him.
That was a big moment. That was a big moment for Blachowicz.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Adesanya seemed to initially dispute the inadvertent foul, then apologized. Inside leg kick. Under 2 minutes here, round 2. Body kick for Blachowic. Body shot and then a left hand up top for Israel Adesanya. 90 seconds to go in the round.
Adesanya has to be so cautious because of Blachowic's power that he's got to be almost perfect, right? You cannot make any mistakes with this guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Right over that way.
And that happens because sometimes Jan just kind of slides out of range when you try to throw low. See that? Look at him trying to slide out. Oh,
yeah.
That's right on the cup.
You ready to go? Okay, fight.
Nice stick and move by Adesanya. Flurry from Blachowic.
I like that from Blachowic. I like the throwing the punch to the clinch. I think that's his best opportunity.
He has got to stop biting on all these feints, though, Joe. Like, every single action. I don't know if Izzy hit him and he felt something, but he is reacting very big to every single feint that Adesanya throws at him.
Well, he's fallen into the trap that a lot of guys do with Izzy, where they get into a technical kickboxing match with a guy who's one of the most elite strikers in the world.
But, I mean, Jan Blachowicz is doing well. I'm not saying he's getting completely, outstruck, but he just keeps biting on these feints and fakes.
But he is getting outstruck, and this is not the best opportunity for him to win.
Joe goes, but he is getting outstruck.
But he is. Like, look at that, pop. I mean, he's definitely still dangerous. He's always dangerous. While he's standing on his feet, he can KO any man alive.
Absolutely.
But he's in a technical